I see so many videos on YouTube and on social media that talk about the best ways to run ads, the best platforms to advertise on, the little tweaks and all the things you need to know, the 50-point lists of all the things that you should do in order to get your ads to run the best. And no one ever really talks about the downsides or really what you should kind of know before you start running paid advertising as a way to grow your business. And so in this video, I'm going to address some of the things you need to know and some of the perspectives you should have before you start spending money on paid advertising. And the first thing you really need to know is that paid advertising is not a godsend. It's not a miracle to save your business, or it's not the fix-all, be-all, end-all to grow your business. I have so many small business owners and entrepreneurs that come to me and they can say, Scott, I have this new product or service. I want to run some ads. I want to test it out. I want to see how it works. And this really is probably one of the worst decisions that a new business owner or a new business could make. It is very expensive. It is very resource intensive to run paid advertising. And if you don't have the necessary setup in order to run paid ads successfully and to attract your clients successfully, it's just not going to end well 99% of the time. The best way to test out a new product or service, if that's what you're trying to do, is to literally go to your audience and try to sell them. If people will see that there's a demand for your product and that they will buy your product or service, then once you have a track record of sales, then you might be able to start running paid advertising. And this is really kind of the first thing that you guys need to know when it comes to paid advertising. Paid advertising is really just based off of the information that you've had in other channels of growing your business. So whether that be referrals, whether that's email marketing, content marketing, running a YouTube channel, whatever it is, all you're doing with paid advertising is you are taking the data that you've collected from a track record of sales and you're applying that to paid advertising, and you're saying, okay, great, we have a system, we have a solution that works, we have a process that works to get us new customers, we've understood the marketing message, we've understood the product fitment, we understand who our audience is, and we want to go ahead and just now expel on that. We want to expand that by 5-fold, 10-fold, 20-fold, right? We want to grow that. And unfortunately, most small businesses get sold or get duped into gimmicks and get sold into guarantees that really don't work. And they may work for a short period of time, getting you what we call low-hanging fruit, people that are actively looking for your product or service right now. But usually that is a very small audience. And once you kind of go through that audience, whether you burn through them because you couldn't deliver on the back end of the paid ads, or you didn't have a system or service funnel for them, or whatever the case may be, your ads will start to lose steam, and the agency or the team or the person that you've hired to run those ads is going to start coming with you with problems and objections, and they're going to need more from you to do that. So the first thing you need to realize is that paid ads are not a fix-all to your business. They are literally just a magnifier. If you already are making sales, you have a track record, you have data that you can use to optimize your ads that you're going to be running online and paying for, then you should go ahead and maybe start thinking about running some advertising, because you have a basis to start from. If you have no basis to start from, it's going to be very difficult for you to actually figure out, hey, is it your messaging that's causing the ads not to work? Is it the placements? Is it the audience selection? Is it the product fitment? There's so many different variables that could go wrong or that could be incorrect when you're running an advertising strategy, that you really want to have a strong basis of knowing your product fitment, your marketing message, and who your audience is and what their problems are and the solutions they need before you start running paid ads. The next thing that you guys really need to be focused on is you should have your customer journey mapped out, and you should have your product funnel created and established and tested before you start running paid advertising. So the other problem that I see with businesses that start running paid ads, and let's even say they have success and they're starting to see a growth in their business, they're starting to see leads come in and customers come in, which is great, it's very exciting, but maybe they only have one lead product or service that they're offering their customers, and they have no additional products or services to offer them or upsells to give them, so that way they can continue to pull those initial customers into their atmosphere and make them recurring customers and make their business the primary solution center for that customer, that audience base. And so you need to have thought out, like, great, we're going to be getting leads in, we're going to be getting customers in through this lead acquisition source, through these paid ads, and they're going to come in on this one specific offer or product or service or whatever it is. What is going to happen to them once we have fulfilled on that product or service, that lead acquisition guarantee? What is the next step for them? What's the next biggest problem for them? And what is the next solution that we can provide to them? So that way we can go ahead and increase the revenue that we get from them, but further draw them into our ecosystem and make them more dependent on us for growing in their lives, growing in their business, and getting better and better and better results. I'm glad you're enjoying the video. If you need help with hiring, training, or managing your VAs, make sure you click the link in the description below to check out our free VA hiring workshop. If you need one-on-one help with me, click the link to schedule an appointment to see how I can help. If you only have that one initial product or service, you're going to see that you're always going to be fighting this ideology of, okay, what is our lead cost versus what is our profit center, and how much are we making per lead, how much are we making per customer, how much are we making per sale. If you really only have one product or service price point or level that you can offer, then that's always going to be a challenge for you. You're never going to grow and become insanely profitable off of just running an ad or ads and having one product or service to offer. You need to be able to use advertising to get people into your ecosystem, to get them into your customer journey, your product funnel, and then be able to work them up organically through there. The return on investment for a customer that comes in through paid advertising is made on additional products and services sold, not on the initial product and service that they typically come in on through paid advertising. The last thing that you guys need to understand when you're thinking about running paid ads is that the algorithms take time. The algorithms basically work off of collecting data on people and how they engage and interact with your ads that you pay for online. So what is the click-through rate? How many people are clicking on your ad? What is the engagement rate? Are they leaving comments? Are they sharing? Are they staying on your landing page when you send them to your landing page? Are they taking that action? The algorithms are designed to optimize your ads to the people who engage the way you ask them to with your advertising assets. Okay, so if I want landing page views, then the algorithm's going to optimize for people that click on my ad and stay on the landing page longest. If I optimize for leads, if I optimize for brand awareness, et cetera, the algorithms are going to optimize based on the data points and the engagement of your audience for those different objectives. So first of all, it's going to take time to build that data. For Facebook, for Instagram, for Google, to understand who is going to engage with your content and who is going to engage with it best, it takes time for the algorithms to collect that data. And so you have to spend the money on the advertising to collect that data. And then once the algorithm starts having a baseline of data, then it's going to optimize and it's going to just send people for those different objectives that you have. This also means that you should have different advertising objectives in your advertising plan. So you should have some ads that are simply designed for brand awareness. You should have some ads that are simply designed for lead generation. You should have some ads that are designed for engagement or value building. There's all these different types of funnels that I've talked about in other videos on our channel, where how you can set up a marketing funnel, a paid advertising funnel, and the different components of that and how, they work together to make a, thought out process for your customer journey. But you're probably not going to just have one ad that works or one ad type. You're going to have multiple ads that are, again, leading people through a process, leading people through a funnel, so that way they can, one, understand who your business is, they can learn about your business, they can remember your business, and then eventually be led to engage with your business when they have a need that your business can fill for them, and they have that pain, so that way they can go ahead and make that decision. And so you have to really understand that paid advertising usually takes a lot of time. Now, the more data and everything, like I said before, that you collect on the front end, the more quicker you can actually get those ads working for you, and you can get them working successfully. But even then, every demographic, every city area where you're going to advertise, every platform, every audience, every product or service is going to have different data points. And these data points are massive. There's a numerous amount of data points when it comes to paid advertising. And so if you're really thinking about all of these things, you can't go into paid advertising with a small budget, with a small mindset, and expect massive results. Paid advertising is a massive undertaking that can really help your business grow, but it is just that. It should be seen as a massive undertaking for your business to really do well, to collect all these data points, to analyze all these data points, and to use them effectively to actually get a return on investment on your paid advertising. I think paid ads, the fact that they are so accessible to small businesses is absolutely amazing. And I think you can get started if you have the right expectations with, let's say, running a brand awareness ad. So if you only have a few hundred or a few $1,000s a month, you can run some targeted brand awareness ads, and they can really do wonders for getting your business out there to the public and letting people know that you exist. But that's a few hundred to a few $1,000s. That is where most small businesses tend to stay and tend to live. And so really to think that you're going to spend a few hundred or a few $1,000s and you're going to collect a ton of leads that are really going to grow your business is really not an ideal theology. It's really not going to happen for you unless you have an amazing product or service that just is hitting trends and just hits at the moment, and people are absolutely in demand for that. And you have a product flow where you can get people in on an amazing offer, and then you can put them through some different products and services and really make a lot more money on them. If you have those things figured out, then it can work. And obviously there are some small businesses that absolutely can use paid advertising and can generate leads on a smaller budget. However, this is not typically the case. And a lot of those industries get oversaturated very quickly by agencies and other businesses seeing that opportunity and trying to maximize on that. So these are all the things that you should think about before you start running a paid advertising campaign. If you have a good product or service, if you know who your audience is, you should be able to run organic content. You should be able to reach out manually to your audience, and you should be able to make sales, and you should be able to use profit from your sales that you're currently generating to fund paid advertising and start to see growth that way. So that way your business is actually paying for its own growth. You should never really be coming out of pocket, or you should never be taking on loans or anything like that to pay for paid advertising, because it is a big gamble and a big risk. And these are things that not a lot of people are talking about, and not a lot of people are warning small business owners about. You need to focus first on your audience, your message, and making sure your product is the best it can be, making sure you have multiple products and services so that way you can make the most money on every client that you get. And that is how you should scale your business and then start thinking about paid advertising. Hey everyone, that's the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to see more videos like this one, go ahead and leave the like button to let me know that you got value from the video, as well as go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that way you can be tuned in when I create more videos in the future. Also, go ahead and check out the description if you want to find out more information about working with me one-on-one. I do provide consulting and coaching services for hiring VA teams, for marketing teams and sales teams to help your business get consistent growth so you can live a life of abundance.